Hello everyone, this is Teacher Karen. Dito tayo ulit sa bago nating lesson. So, ang lesson na i-discuss natin ngayon is all about absolute value. So, bago ko i-discuss tungkol sa absolute value, i-introduce ko muna yung the real number system. So, we have two kinds of real number system. We have rational and irrational numbers. So, under ng rational, we have integers, whole numbers, and natural numbers. Sa irrational naman, isa lang yan, pero special yung mga numbers na natin. Then, we proceed to definition. So, real numbers, we have two kinds, rational numbers and irrational numbers. Rational numbers, any number you can write to form A over B, where A and B are integers and B is not equal to 0. Under ng rational, we have integers, whole numbers, negative numbers, 0, and natural numbers. Pag sinabing natural numbers, parehas yan ang counting numbers. And we have also decimal numbers. So, sa rational numbers, under niya si decimal numbers. Pero sa decimal, meron tayong tinatawag na terminating decimals and beginning decimals. Pag sinabing terminating decimals, it is tapos or exacto yung decimal number na tapos. Pero sa repeating decimals, paulit-ulit, may iliksi. It should be tuloy-tuloy. And under na integers, we have whole numbers, 0, and negative numbers. Sa whole numbers, kasama si 0, and then positive numbers. Sa negative naman, yan yung mga less than 0. That is negative integers. And then we have natural numbers, so tinatawag natin counting numbers, and we start lagi sa 1. Pag nilagyan na siya ng 0, that is whole number. Integers in real life. So these are the situation, and then this is the representation, and then the opposite. For example, walk 3 kilometers east. So going to the east, that is positive, and then the opposite of east is west. So walk 3 kilometers west. So the representation is negative. How about number 2? 4 steps forward. So the representation for that situation is positive 4. And then the opposite of the situation is 4 steps backward. So the representation is negative 4. Number 3, 3 floors below. So the representation for that is negative 3. Then the opposite is 3 floors above. So the opposite of below is above. Since 3 floors above, the representation is positive. Next one, the weight loss of 5 pounds. Loss. So the representation is negative 5. Then the opposite of loss is gain. So weight gain of 5 pounds. So the representation is positive 5. Next, 5 hours late. So late, meaning that's negative 5. Then opposite of late is ahead. So 5 hours ahead, that is positive 5. Then number 6, 7 points deduction. Deduction is negative 7. And then the opposite of deduction is additional. 7 points additional is positive. That is our integers in real life. So arrange as. So arrange the following integers in ascending order. So introduce ko muna si integers. So, ascending meaning lowest to highest. So, we will use number line. So, this is the number line. We have integers there. In the middle, or in the center, that is 0. And then, going to the right is positive integers, and going to the left is negative integers. So, we will arrange the following integers in ascending order, meaning from lowest to highest. So going to the right. So arrange negative 8 to 18 negative 7, and 0 in ascending order from lowest to highest. So the first number is negative 8. The next is negative 7, then 0, then 2, and then next is 18. So negative 8 is the lowest. Then the positive 18 is the highest. Another one, 5, negative 12, negative 9, 7, negative 1. Arrange it in ascending order. What will be the first number? The first number or the lowest is negative 12. Then next is negative 9. Then next is negative 1. And then 5. And then 7. As you can see, kapag negative siya, habang tumataas yung number, bumababa yung value niya. Pag positive siya, habang tumataas yung number niya, tumataas din ang value. So, opposite silang dalawa ng negative at ng positive. So, here, nauna si negative 12 kasi siya yung lowest. And then 7, siya yung last kasi siya yung pinaka-highest. Next. How about this one? This group of numbers. Negative 25, 4, negative 13, negative 4. What will be the first one or the lowest? The lowest is negative 25. Next, negative 13. Next, negative 4. Then, positive 4. Next, arrange the following integers in descending order. Descending means from highest to lowest. So, we will use again this integer number line as our reference. So, negative 52, 22, negative 80, negative 71, and 10. So, ano ang mauuna or yung highest numbers? So, the answer is, the highest is 22. Next is 10. Next is negative 18. The next is negative 52. And then the last one is negative 71. Meaning, positive 22 is the highest. And negative 71 is the lowest. Even na malaking number siya sa tingin nyo na 71. And then yung 22 mas maliit. Pero since negative siya, mas mataas pa rin yung positive 22. So, kaya nasa unahan si 22 at nasa hulihan si negative 71. Next, negative 8, negative 17, negative 1, negative 13, and negative 10. All of these numbers are negative integers. So, what will be the first one or the highest? The highest is negative 1, then negative 8, then negative 10. Next is negative 13, then next is negative 17. How about this one? 12, negative 14, 0, negative 12, and positive 14. What will be the first one or the highest? The highest is positive 14. Next, positive 12. Next is 0. Actually, nasa gitna. 0, then negative 12, then negative 14. So, we proceed to absolute value. So, the bicycle of joyride of Archel and Angelica. So, gagawin natin example yan. So, parehas nakabike si Angelica and then si Archel. Si Angelica at si Archel. Itong bahay na to ay bahay ng kaibigan nila na ang pangalan ni Aloy. So, Archie and Angelica were at Aloy's house. Angelica rode her bicycle 3 miles west. So, papunta rito si Angelica. And then si Archie naman rode his bicycle 3 miles east. So, who traveled the greater distance from Aloy's house? Archie or Angelica? So, sino daw ang mas malayo ang nag-travel? Si Archie ba o si Angelica? What subset of real numbers are used in the problem? Represent the trip of Archie and Angelica to the house of Aloy using a number line. So, sino nga ba? So, ang ginamit na subset ng real numbers dyan is integers because we have 0, negative number, and positive number. So, integers is a whole number, not a factor, that can be positive, negative, or 0. So, ang representation nila, kung makikita niyo si Archer, nandun siya sa tapat ni positive 3. Then, si Angelica naman, nandun siya sa negative. What are opposite numbers on the number line? Kung makikita ninyo, ang opposite number na, kasi pag sinabing opposite, kabaliktaran. So, the opposite of positive is negative. So, kung makikita nyo rito sa example, we have positive 3 and negative 3. Pero pagdating dito, ito yung number line. So, ang nasa gitna niya is 0, o yung origin. So, it's positive 1, going to the right, positive 2, positive 3. So, may arrow siya, meaning to literally. These are the opposites, negative and positive. Then, from 0 to going to the left, 0 going to the left is negative numbers. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, and so on. Then number 3, what does it mean for the same distance traveled but in opposite direction? How would you interpret using the numbers negative 3 and positive? Pag sinabing same distance, o yung distance na tinatawag sa number line, that is absolute value. So, how would you interpret using the numbers negative 3 and positive? Kung mag-start ka sa 0, magbibilang ka 1, 2, 3. Then start ulit ka ng 0, papuntang sa left, 1, 2, 3. So, even they are in opposite direction, but they have the same distance traveled. So, ibig sabihin, kahit magkaiba sila ng direction, parehas lang naman yung bilang ng distance nila. So, ang in-emphasize dito ay yung absolute value. Kasi pag sinabi distance, that is absolute value. So, the distance of 3 from 0 is 3, while the distance of negative 3 from 0 is also 3. Since they are the same distance from 0, though in opposite direction, mathematics, they have the same absolute value. In this case, 3, the notation for absolute value is to put straight lines on both sides. So, parang may pader that is absolute value. So, pwede siyang isulat ng absolute value of positive 3 or absolute value of negative 3. Ang sagot pa rin yan still positive 3. Another example, close family ties. So, if there lies a single thing that would ultimately define Filipino identity, one would have to fly around the world and back and still would not know what it would be. That is how diverse and colorful the Philippine culture is. Packed with various traits, characteristics, of being talent, and skills, no wonder you cannot confine the Filipino people in this important world. More often than not, you will find traces of them wherever you go. So, kakaiba kasi ang close ng family pagdating sa mga Filipino. Sa ibang bansa kasi, pagdating ng 18 years old, obligado na silang pinuwalay sa family. Pero sa atin, kahit may pamilya na, magkakasama ka. So, one of the factors which certainly set Filipinos apart from the rest are their close family ties. In a common household, it is not surprising to see extended families living under the same roof. Kung makikita niyo lalo nga sa mga depressed area, sa isang bahay, ilang pamilya yung nakatira. So, ganun ka close yung family ng mga Pilipino. So, the concept of family not only applies as to what the law forgives, the smallest unit of society. For Filipinos, it is one flesh, blood, and legacy established at birth. In other countries, when a person turns 18, he or she can live away from his or her family. In the Philippines, they value their family so much that they keep them intact through the year. So, sobrang intact, kahit may magkaapo na magkakasama na rin. Makaraig family has 7 members: Mary, the mother; Romy, the father; and 5 kids: Jessa, Jeremiah, Jen, Jay, and Nan, respectively. Parents live in Tondo, Manila, with the youngest John, Jessa, the eldest, lives in Dubai, which is 6,902 kilometers west of Tondo. Jeremiah and Jen live in Cainta, Rizal, that is 18,700 meters south of Tondo, while Jay lives in Valenzuela, 11.7 kilometers north of Tondo. During the enhanced community quarantine period amid the COVID-19 pandemic, it is very important that you stay connected with your family. They often talk to their family members, text messages, phone calls, chat, video calls, just to stay updated with each other. With their family location situation, who among the kids are the farthest or the closest? So, ito, nag-iwan siya ng tanong. Di ba, nagbigay siya ng mga distance. So, sino daw sa mga anak niya ang napakalayo sa kanila at sino naman sa anak niya ang malapit na? So, later, isasagot na natin. So, let us analyze. What is the selection all about? This close family ties. What does common Filipino household look like? Extended families living under the same roof. Why could people find the Filipino people in a single category? Because of various traits, characteristics, unique view. What does the selection tell us about the family culture of other families? One flesh, blood, legacy, family. So dito, tinatanong kung kaya ba natin sagutin yung last question. If yes, what is your answer? So ito yung tanong, with your family location situation, among the kids are the farthest or the closest to their parents. So ito yung distance na binigay si Jessa, yung pinakapanganay, nasa Dubai, and then si Jeremiah and nasa Cainta, and then si Jay naman nasa Venezuela. Sino sa kanila ang mas malayo at sino sa kanila ang mas malapit? So kung convert mo yung kilometer into meter, si Jessa na nasa Dubai, 6,902,000 meters. Jeremiah at si Jen na nasa Cainta, that is 18,700 meters away from Tondo, Manila. And then si Jay na nasa Valenzuela, 11,700 meters away from Tondo. So ang tanong, sino sa kanila ang mas malayo at sino sa kanila ang mas malapit sa Tondo o sa family sila? So the answer is, yung farthest si Jessa ay nasa Dubai, and then yung closest na nasa Valenzuela, which is si Jay. Ano ba yung tanong dito? In what way can the Makaraig family support each other in this pandemic? So, dahil magkakaiwalay nga dahil sa pandemic, kulong tayo sa bahay, nakikipag-usap sila sa family na through text messages, on post chat, video calls, just to stay updated with each other. The lesson proper definition. So, absolute value describes the distance of a number on the number line from 0 without considering which direction from 0 the number lies. If it is a distance, then the absolute value of a number is never negative. So, pag distance, kahit anong direction, hindi siya magiging negative, always positive. Example, what is the absolute value of 5? Denoted by yung dalawang bar at nasa gitna si positive 5. Kung bibilangin mo from 0 to positive 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the distance is 5. So the answer for absolute value of 5 or positive 5 is positive 5. Next, what number that has an absolute value of 4? So, meron tayo dito, ang nakabar is yung x. So, ibig sabihin, ano ang magiging sagot nito? Kung ang nakabar, hindi number, variable, o letter. So, absolute value of x is equal to 4. So, Ibig sabihin, dalawang magiging sagot dyan. From 0 to 4, positive 4, and then 0 to negative 4. They have the same digit. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the answer is positive 4 and negative 4. So a number and its additive inverse have the same absolute value. They are called opposite. So what's the value? Give the value of the following. Number 1 is absolute value of 0. The answer is 0. Number 2, the absolute value of negative 9. Since negative 9 yan at nasa loob ng absolute value, still positive 9. And then number 3, absolute value of 7. The answer is still 7. Then absolute value of negative 11. The answer is positive 11. The absolute value of negative 2. The negative absolute value of 2. So, yung negative nasa labas, hindi kasama ni 2. The answer is negative 2. Kasi nasa labas yung negative. Kung kasama yung negative sa loob, the answer is positive 2. Since nasa labas yung negative, the answer is. Then, number 6. Nasa labas din si negative. And then, may negative din sa loob. Paglabas sa absolute value of negative 3 is positive 3. Since may negative sa labas, so ang answer niya is negative. This number 7, negative 5 kasi nasa labas din, wala sa loob. So next, sa number 8, dalawa yung naka-absolute value. Meron siyang operator na plus. So meaning, i-add natin siya. So, yung absolute value of negative 1 is 1 plus absolute value of 7 which is 7. So, 1 plus 7 is equal to 8. This time, yung variable of letters naman ang naka-absolute value, meaning opposite yung sagot, 12 and negative 12. Kung ano yung number sa labas, magka-opposite lang yung sagot. Negative 12 yung nasa labas, negative 12 and positive 12. So, ang sagot dalawa, opposite. Another activity, compare us. So, dito naman, ito yung guide natin, yung number line natin. So, 0, nasa middle siya, and then going to the right is positive numbers, and going to the left is negative numbers. Pag sinabing positive or going to the right, pataas siya. So, pag sinabing going to the left, that is pababa. So, mataas, pababa. So, let us compare. So, fill in the blanks with the correct symbol. So, ito yung sasagot natin. Less than, greater than, or 1. So, absolute value of 5 is 5. Then the absolute value of 7 is 7. So, what will be the answer? So, the answer is less than. So, 5 less than 7. Another example. The absolute value of 4 is 4. Then the absolute value of negative 3 with negative sa labas, the answer is negative 3. So, what will be the answer? So, the answer is greater than. So, 4 is greater than 3. So, mas malaki yung 4 kaysa sa negative 3. Next one. The absolute value of negative 8 is positive 8. Then, the absolute value of positive 8 is still positive 8. So, the answer is equal. Next, the absolute value of negative 6 is positive 6, then the absolute value of negative 7 is 7. So, what will be the answer? That is less than. 6 is less than 7. So, balik yung 6 kaysa kahit. Another one, since may negative na naman tayo sa labas, so the answer is negative 10. Then dito may negative ulit sa labas, so the answer is absolute value of negative 7. What will be the answer? So, negative 10 is less than negative 7. Ang kita nyo sa number line natin, sa positive, habang tumataas yung number, tumataas yung value. Pero pagdating dito sa negative, habang tumataas yung number, mababa yung value. Since yung 10, mas mataas yung number, pero mababa ang value natin sa kahit negative 7. So the answer is less than. Then the next one is the absolute value of negative 3 is positive 3. Then negative na naman tayo dito. Then absolute value of negative 5 is positive 5. Then may negative dito. Kaya the final answer is negative 5. So the answer is greater than. Mataas ang positive kaysa kay negative. Then the next one, may negative na sa labas. Then the absolute value of positive 2 is 2. Since may negative, nadagdagan natin sa negative. So the final answer is negative 2. Then the absolute value of 0 is 0. Ang 0, walang negative, walang positive. Then the answer is less than. Since negative siya, mas mababa siya kaysa kay 0. Then the absolute value of positive 3 is 3. And the absolute value of negative 3 is also 3. So the answer is equal. Next, since may negative na naman sa labas, so ang sagot natin is negative. So absolute value of 6 is negative 6. Then absolute value of negative 5 is 5. So the answer is less than. Mas mataas yung positive kaysa sa negative. Next, the absolute value of 8 is 8. And then the absolute value of 1 is 1. Since may negative sa labas, negative 1. Answer is greater than. What I can do. So, great job. It's time for you to do the math. Can you solve the following? So, we have here the absolute value. Actually, this topic is follow-up only. I have the first one, part 1 of this absolute value. So, this is the follow-up or enhancement. So, in number 1, absolute value of 3 plus 12. So, give the value of the following. Then, 3 plus 12 is equal to 15. So, absolute value of 15 is positive 15. How about this one? The absolute value of 10 is 10. 10 minus. And then, the absolute value of negative 7 is 7. So, 10 minus 7 is equal to 3. And then this one, the absolute value of negative 13 is positive 13 plus. And then the absolute value of negative 3 is 3. So, 13 plus 3 is equal to 16. The next one, 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. Then the absolute value of 1 is 1 plus the absolute value of negative 4 is 4. So, 1 plus 4 is equal to 5. Next, negative 9. The absolute value of negative 9 is 9. And then plus the absolute value of negative 11 is 11. So, 9 plus 11 is equal to 20. Okay, next. List all the possible integers that can replace x to make a true statement. So, the absolute value of x is equal to 2. So, the answer is negative 2 and positive 2. Number 2, absolute value of x is equal to 5. The answer is opposite also, negative 5 and positive 5. How about this one? Absolute value of x less than 5. So meaning, all the numbers that is less than 5. Negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1. Then the opposite 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 0. So this will be your answer. How about this one? X is less than or equal to 4. So, kasali si 4 kasi equal eh. So, negative 4, positive 4, negative 3, positive 3, negative 2, positive 2, negative 1, positive 1, and then 0. Next is x, absolute value of x less than or equal to 0. So, the answer is only 0. So, see you again next time. This is Teacher Karen. Thank you.